So again, today, inshallah, we're going to talk about one of the most common questions in the listening skill. And this question is the multiple choice questions. Okay, so let's just move to the page of, okay, that shows the all types of questions. Okay, so in the listening skill, we have 6 types of questions. عندي 6 أنواع من الأسئلة في مهارة listening. Okay, so the first one is the completion. املأ الفراغ, fill in the gap. Okay, and this kind of question has 6 varieties: notes, form, table, flow chart, sentence, and summary. Okay, the second type is the multiple choice, which we are going to talk about today. And this kind of question has 2, sometimes 3, but the third one, okay, maybe is less common. Okay, it's rare to get the third type. So we have in general 2 types or 3 varieties of the multiple choice question. The first one is to choose one answer among 3 options. Okay, so you have 3 options and you need to pick one answer. Okay, the other very common variety is to choose 2 answers out of 5 options. You have 5 options and you need to choose 2 correct options. And the third one, which is a rare one, I don't expect you to get it, guys, or to get this kind of questions in the test, is to choose 3 answers among 6 or more options. So you have 6, 7, 8 options and you are asked to choose the 3 out of them. Okay, so this type of question is the question or is the type that we are going to talk about today. Okay, the third type is matching. Okay, you have a box with options and you need to match each option with the correct question or correct statement. Okay, labeling, you need to label a map, a plan, or a diagram. The fifth type is classification. Okay, you have 3 categories and you need actually to classify the statements, okay, on these 3 categories. Finally, short answer or maybe direct questions. This is uncommon question type and I don't expect to see it in the test. Okay, the question is direct, guys. It starts with what, where, when, how often, something like that. Okay, so these are the most, or these are the questions, the question types that you are expected to see in the test. Okay, you're not going to see all of them. We're going to see maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. Okay, so let's move to the, okay, multiple choice question, page 25. Now we will have a look, okay, how this type of question looks like. So as we said, we have 3 varieties, 2 very common and 1 is uncommon at all. The first one, it's a very common type of question, is to choose one answer out of the 3 options. So it looks like this, guys. Okay, so we have questions 11, 12, 13, 14. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Okay, and we have 3 options for each question and you need to choose the correct option. Okay, maybe for question 11 the correct answer is C, 12A, 13B, 14C again, something like that. Okay, so you need to choose one correct answer. This is actually how the test or this question looks like in the paper-based text. In the paper-based test. In the computerized test, it's a little bit different. Okay, be careful, guys. People who are going to do the computerized test, be careful. Okay, because the sequence of questions is a little bit different. So we here have question number 16. Question number 17, it's not beneath it. It's just beside it. Okay, as you see, guys, 16 17 جنبه مش تحته. وانتبهوا كتير على هاي النقطة لأنه كتير من الطلاب بيروح عليهم علامات في امتحان الايلتس listening computerized لانه ما بينتبه انه سؤال المالتيبل تشويس ترتيبه انه السؤال اللي بعده بكون جنبه مش تحته. ليش؟ طبعا لانه في كل الماتيريال اللي بنتدرب عليها، كتب الكامبريدج، المواقع الى اخره، دائما السؤال دائما بكون تحته السؤال اللي بعده في المالتيبل تشويس، الا في الكمبيوترايزد. انتبهوا عليها النقطه هاي، وكثير طلاب اختبروا ونسيوها او غفلوها. وشو اللي بصير طبعا لما يكون عندك مثلا 3 اسئله هون، الطالب بيركز مع السؤال هون، بعدين بيركز مع السؤال هون بروح عليه هذا السؤال، بعدين بيركز على السؤال هون بروح عليه هذا السؤال، بعدين بتفاجئ انه الاسئله خلصت. طيب هدول الثلاث فوين بينتبه انه هم اصلا الاسئله ترتيبهم مش تحت بعض؟ اوكي، يعني مش 16 17 18 19 20، لا، جنب بعض. اوكي، so be careful guys with a computerized test. Questions are next to each other, not beneath each other. اوكي، اتفقنا على هاي النقطه؟ تمام. So let's move to the second type or second variety of the multiple choice questions. You need to choose 2 answers out of 5 options. خلينا شوي أصغر الشاشة. Okay, so you have 5 options and you need to choose 2 correct options. Which 2 groups of people in the display primarily is the display primarily into 2? So maybe for example, students from English department A and students from other departments E, okay? And other options are wrong, okay? Or maybe what are Kathy and Graham 2 reasons to choose novelist Charles Dickens, because maybe you see his novels are well known now, and maybe also E, his reputation has changed in recent times. So 2 correct answers out of 5 options. This question is quite common، يعني بيجي وبيجي كتير كمان. وهذا السؤال هذا مش بيجي كتير، هذا على الأكيد رح يجي. Okay, it's 100% sure. You need to be 100% sure, 110% sure that you will see a multiple choice question in the listening test. Okay, طيب والنوع الثالث is uncommon at all. ما أتوقعش إنه يجي في الامتحان. To choose 3 answers out of 6 options, okay, or more maybe. So as we see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 options, and we need to choose 3 letters. Okay, 3 letters. Which 3 things can students have with them in the museum? Maybe, for example, the answers would be cameras, maybe C, e-bags, and worksheets, G. So you need to choose 3 options. And this question, as we said, guys, it's uncommon at all. ما توقعش انك تشوفه اصلا في الامتحان. It's uncommon. Okay, هاي تمام. شفنا الانواع الستة. شفنا الانواع الثلاث تبعت سؤال المالتيبل تشويس. Now we're going to talk about how actually we need to solve this question. خلينا ننتقل اوكي على صفحة ثانية، صفحة 49. Okay. So, multiple choice questions. What's the problem with this question? ليش هذا السؤال يعتبر عادة إنه من أصعب الأسئلة للحل في امتحان الاسنين؟ Okay, the first point is that there is a lot to read, guys. Okay, you need to read a lot of things, a lot of sentences. Okay, as you see, each question has the question statement and 3 options. So you need to read 4 sentences for each question. And if you have 6 questions, 6 multiplied 4, you are talking about 24 sentences. That's a lot. That's a lot. مشكلته سؤال المالتيبل تشويس انه بشكل عام طويل، في كتير بدك تقرأ. So this is the main problem. There is a small strategy. Okay, I'm gonna talk about in maybe 2 or 3 minutes. طيب شو الحل لما يكون عندي سؤال زي هيك طويل؟ وعادة سؤال المالتيبل تشويس عادة بيكون عندي في البارت 2 والبارت 3. اوكي، طيب شو الحل؟ شو بدي اعمل؟ الحل راح احكي لك اياه كالتالي. هلا هو في امتحان الليسننج بيعطيني في بداية كل بارت بيعطيني some time to look at the questions. ففي بداية البارت 2 راح يحكي لك you now have a half a minute okay to look at the questions from 11 to 16 for example. تمام، اعطاك نص دقيقه تطلع على الاسئله من 11 ل 16. طيب 11 ل 16 6 اسئله في 24 جمله، نص دقيقه ما بتكفي. اوكي. وعاده ببلش الريكورد يحكي وانت لسه مش مخلص قراءه. طب من وين بدي اجيب وقت لاني اخلص سؤال المالتيبل تشويس اللي ببلش فيه بارت 2 بارت 3؟ الحل راح يكون اني اعمل التالي. هلا في البارت اللي قبله في بارت 1، لما بارت 1 يخلص الريكورد يجاوب سؤال 10، الريكورد بيحكي لي كالتالي، بيحكي لي you now have some time or 30 seconds to check your answers in part 1. اوكي. بس يخلص البارت 1 بيحكي لك you now have some time to check your answers in part 1. هلا انا شو اللي راح اعمل؟ راح اخذ هدول ال 30 ثانيه اللي لازم اعمل فيهم check للماي answers in part 1، واروح على البارت 2 وابلش اقرا في الاسئله. هيك شو راح يصير؟ راح اقرا مثلا سؤال 11 سؤال 12 سؤال 13، الريكورد انتقل على البارت 2 حكى لي you now have some time to look at questions 11 to 16. انا اوريدي قرات 11 و12 و13 بالوقت اللي اخذته من البارت 1، فالوقت اللي ضايل معي اللي اعطاني اياه للبارت 2 راح اقرا فيه 14 و15 و16 وهيك. وطبعا وانا بقرا بعمل هايلايتنج للكيوردز، فبهاي الطريقه بكون قدرت اني اقرا كل الاسئله قبل ما يبلش الريكورد. اوكي واضح جايز؟ هذا ممكن اسميها الاستراتيجي، ممكن اسميها borrowing time. اوكي borrowing time from a previous part. اوكي وصلت؟ واضحه؟ يمكن هاي المشكله الاكبر اللي بتواجه الطلاب في مساله المالتيبل تشويس، انهم ما بيلحقوا يقراوا كل الاوبشنز. فانا I'm gonna take some time, I'm gonna borrow some time from the previous part. تمام؟ Any question about this strategy? اي نقطه اي سؤال عنها؟ اوكي. طيب ننتقل بعدها لنفرض قرأنا كل شيء وبلش معي سؤال المالتيبل تشويس. What are the tricks that I'm expected to see in the multiple choice question? طيب خلينا نبلش. أول نقطة بدك تنتبه عليها إنه the question and the options are paraphrased. شو يعني paraphrased؟ يعني ما راح تسمع نفس الكلمات اللي مكتوبة قدامك، راح تسمع كلام بيعطي نفس المعنى. So be careful. طبعا paraphrasing هاي مهارة، لازم هاي مهارة مربوطة باللكسيكال ريسورس، فلازم تكون موجودة عندك في الليسننج في الريدنج في الرايدنج وفي السبيكينج. لازم تقدر تعرف تعمل paraphrasing وتسمع البارaphrasing. Okay. So for people who can't hear me, so allow me just to send a message for people who can't hear me. Okay, let me check. Yeah, some people hasn't actually activated their mic. So you can just let me write it in Arabic. Okay. في ناس مش مفعلين المايك. sorry مش مفعلين السماعة عندهم. Okay تمام. So you need guys to understand what you are hearing, because you are not going to hear the very same words that in front of you. ما راح يعني الريكورد ما راح يحكي كالتالي according to the speaker the company has been in business for longer than most of its competitors. No. Okay he's gonna, or the speaker is gonna say something. Okay, you need to understand. Okay, and after you understand you need to know which option is this. So let's have a look. According to the speaker, the company has been in business for longer than. For longer than means for longer time than. Okay, most of its competitors. Or the company arranges holidays to more destinations than its competitors. So the option A is talking about the time. Option B about more destinations. Option C has more customers than its competitors. So time, destinations, customers. So these are the three keywords for each option. Longer time, more destinations, okay, more customers. Okay, the speaker said the following: we are a small family-run company and we believe in the importance of the personal touch. Nothing so far. So we don't aim, okay, to compete with other companies on the number of customers. Okay, which option is talking about customers, guys? أي واحد?
C.
Option C. Is it correct? The company has more customers than its competitors, according to the speaker?
No.
No. Yes, thank you. Because we do not aim to compete with other companies on the number of customers. This means they don't have more customers. Okay, what we do, so this is the answer, is built on our many years experience, more than almost any other holiday company. So they are working, they are in business for more than any other holiday company. Which option is talking about the time?
A.
Option A, yes, thank you. It's option A. So yeah, is it correct?
Yes.
Yes, it's the correct option. Yeah, thank you. Then, okay, the speaker will also say something about the last option, which is option B. Okay, to ensure we provide perfect holidays in a small number of destinations. Which option talks about destinations? It's option B. Okay, is it correct? To more destinations? No. Okay, to a small number of destinations. So they don't actually operate or maybe arrange holidays to a lot of, or a huge or a large number of destinations. So the correct answer would be A. So the first point is the paraphrasing. Okay, ما شفنا ما حكى نفس الكلام اللي مكتوب، احنا فهمنا من الكيوردز اللي موجود عندنا هو بيتكلم عن اي اوبشن. هاي النقطة الأولى اللي هي paraphrasing لازم ننتبه عليها. النقطة الثانية the second point, there is something mentioned about each option. شو معنى هاي الفكرة؟ معنى هاي الفكرة انه هو ما راح يحكي بس الاوبشن الصح، يعني how many lunches are included in the price of the holiday. okay, كم عدد اللانشز معناها الغداء، كم غداء included مشمول في السعر تبع الهوليداي. okay, you're not only gonna hear the correct answer، ما راح تسمع بس الرقم الصح، ما راح تسمع بس 3 أو 4 أو 5، لا راح تسمع كل الاوبشنز، راح ينحكى شيء عن كل اوبشن. ممكن يكون شيء صح، يعني اوبشن واحد بس منهم راح ينحكى عنه شيء صح، باقي الاوبشنز راح ينحكى عنهم شيء غلط. So let's hear it, guys. So you have 5 nights in the hotel and the price covers means include. Okay, 5 breakfasts and dinners. هاي رقم 5 انحكى صح الاوبشن 5. Option C, is that correct?
No, it's not.
No, it's
No.
not. Yes, thank you. Because we are being asked about lunches, and here he's talking about breakfast and dinners. So I'm gonna exclude option C. Let's continue. And lunch. Okay, here's the point. Okay, on the 3 days. So, which one is the okay?
Option A.
Option A. Yeah, thank you. On the 3 days, when there are organized trips. Day 4, okay, we also, okay, see the option B. Day 4 is free, and most people have lunch in a cafe or restaurant in Douglas. So my question here, okay, in day 4, people also would have lunch. So the answer for this question would be 3 or 4, guys. What do you think and why?
I think 3 lunches.
Yes, why?
In the day 4, there is no lunches, and they have to pay for it in the
Okay.
restaurants.
Yeah, thank you. How do you know that they have to pay for it?
The word free is the key word.
Which
Free
one?
here.
Free?
The word
Yes.
free.
Mhm.
It's mean that we have to pay. It's not the actual free word, which is we don't have to pay. Here,
Okay.
it's mean that we have to pay.
it means that we have to pay. Okay, yes, good. But there is something more obvious if you can catch it or if you can see it.
Yes, it's the restaurants or the cafe that we have to go for it.
Yeah, maybe the organizers will pay. Is it possible that they will take you to a cafe or restaurant and they pay for you? It's possible. There is another point which makes it quite clear.
I think when
yes.
when it said when there are organized trip.
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Okay, so the lunch is included when there is an organized trips. In day 4, is there an organized trip? Is there any organized trip in day 4? No, because it's
free.
It's free. Yeah, free. It's free for activities. You can do any kind of activity that you want. So it's not, there is no organized trips. So the lunch here is not included. Is not included. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ammar. Okay. So the point here says that expect to hear something about each option. Okay. And also in the other variety, choose 2 out of 5. لما تختار 2 من 5 برضه توقع تسمع شيء عن كل option. Okay. For example, here, which 2 groups of people is the display primarily intended for? Students from the English department, residents of the local area, the university's teaching staff, potential new students, students from other departments. Okay, Kathy, good. So you have gathered who's expected to come and see the display. Is it for the people studying English, option A, or students from other departments? I'm not clear about that. Okay, option E, option A or option E. Graham, Normie, that was how it used to be, okay? But it didn't attract many people. So this year it's going to. So what about option A and option E? Are they correct or wrong?
Wrong.
They are wrong. Yes, thank you, Khawla. I'm gonna exclude option A and I'm gonna exclude option E. They are both wrong. Okay. So, okay, it's going to be part of an open day to raise the university's profile. It will be publicized in the city to encourage people to come and find out something of what goes on here. People in the city. Which option is this?
It's option
B.
B, thank you. Residents of the local area. So the first correct option is B. Let's continue. And the other category, it's included in the information that it's sent to people who are considering applying to study here next year. Which option is the people who want to study?
D.
Option D, thank you. Potential new students. So yes, I'm gonna choose D as well. So option A is mentioned, B is mentioned, D is mentioned, E is mentioned, and the correct answer is B and D. What about option C? Presumably, some current students and lectures will come. Which option is this? Current students and lectures? Or maybe current lectures?
Option C.
Option C, the university teaching staff, the current lectures. Graham, I would imagine so, but we've been told to concentrate on the other categories of people. Okay, so we are not, these people are not intended, okay, that the display is not intended for these people, the teaching staff. Okay, so I'm gonna also exclude option C. So you can see, guys, how the 5 options have been mentioned. Okay, this is important. Okay, so another point, which is an important one as well, options are not mentioned in the same order. So for example, we have here 3 options: Liverpool, Heysham, Luton. Where can customers meet the tour manager before traveling to the Isle of Man? So I need to know what is the place that the tour manager will be in, okay? And the customers will meet him before or her before traveling. So Liverpool, Heysham, Luton. The options will not be mentioned okay, at the same order. You're not gonna hear Liverpool first, then Hisham, then Luton. The speaker could start with Hisham, could start with Luton, could start with Liverpool. Maybe the second thing the speaker would speak about is Luton, Hisham. Okay, there is no order. For example, our holiday starts in Hisham. So the first option the speaker mentioned is option B, not option A. So be careful, guys, okay? Where your tour manager will meet you, okay? So what about option B? Is that the correct answer? Is that the correct answer? Is option B a correct answer?
No.
Why? Why not? ليش يا حنين؟ السؤال شو بده؟ Where can customers meet the tour manager? Our holiday starts in Hisham, where your tour manager will meet you. Come on, guys, it's easy. واضح.
It is the correct answer.
Yeah, it's the correct answer. Thank you. Yeah, it's the correct answer. Okay, where the customers can meet the tour manager, they can meet him in Hisham. Your tour manager will meet you. It's clear. Okay, يعني واضحة تماما.
لو سمحت أنا فاهمة، معلش بس مداخلة صغيرة. المقصد إنه هو السؤال مش كان طالب بالعكس، إنه mention
كيف؟
options are not mentioned in the same order.
مزبوط.
السؤال بالضبط.
مش فاهم عليكي كيف؟
معلش من البداية تفهمني فكرة السؤال بالضبط هو شو بده هون.
هاي السؤال بيحكي كالتالي.
هلا أنا كمان فاهمة بس أنا مش فاهمة بالضبط السؤال شو كان بده.
هاي السؤال بيحكوا كالتالي. Where can customers meet...
لا عفوا فوق لما حكى options are not mentioned
لا
in the same order. شو المقصد؟
هون بنحكي احنا عن التريكس اللي بيستخدموها. هاي التريكس اللي بيستخدموها، هاي الصعوبات اللي بتواجهنا في حل هذا السؤال. من الصعوبات اللي بتواجهنا في حل سؤال المالتيبل تشويس انه ما بتنحكى الاوبشنز يعني ما راح يحكي لي اول شيء عن ليفربول بعدين هيشم بعدين لوتن. مش حكينا قبل شوي انه
بس الترتيب تمام.
مش قبل شوي حكينا انه الاوبشنز الثلاثه راح ينحكى عنهم، راح ينحكى عن الاوبشن الثلاثه. اوكي
تمام مفهوم. بس معلش انا بدي كوني يعني جاوبت على هذا السؤال، بس بدي افهم. انا تمام معك لحد الان وفاهمه كل شيء.
ممتاز.
بس انا هلا بصراحه بشكل عام ما عندي فكره عن امتحان الايلتس. هلا بعرف انه في فقره listening. اوكي بدي افهم كل سؤال، يعني انا بسمع فقط لمره واحده، مسموح لي اسمع الحكي لمره واحده بعدين اجاوب الاسئله. بدي افهم المبدأ الاساسي للمهاره.
اوكي طيب تمام. هو احنا محاضره اليوم ما بنتكلم عن يعني general overview about IELTS listening skill، ما بنتكلم عن هيك بشكل عام عرض عام لمهاره الليسننج. بس انا رح اجاوبك على سؤالك انه لازم تجاوبي وانت بتسمعي. يعني اوكي مثلا الاسئله كلها بتنحكى يعني from 1 to 40 سؤال الريكورد بيمشي عليهم بالترتيب. فانت ماسك القلم اوكي، وكل ما تسمعي يعني اول شيء رح يبلش اللي بتسمعيه رح تجاوبي سؤال واحد، لازم تكتبي جواب وانت بتسمعي. بعدين النقطة اللي بعدها السؤال رقم 2 فلازم تكتبي جوابه، وهكذا. وانت رح تسمعي الريكورد اونلي وانس، فانت لازم تحلي وانت بتسمعي. تمام؟
تمام شكرا. يعني عفوا انا بدي نفهم كل هذا الشيء بمحاضرة بكرة مش بمحاضرة اليوم.
يس اوكي. احنا انت حنين صح؟ حنين بجزاد؟
ايوه بالضبط.
اهلين حنين. احنا بكره هاي محاضره عامه بشكل عام يعني. اوكي
معلش انا بس شوي حسيت حالي ضايعه بالبدايه.
لا هاي ما إلها يعني. اوكي هاي جزء صغير من اللي راح نحكي احنا في نهايه المحاضره انه عندنا كورس بكره. هذا جزء صغير كثير من الكورس اللي راح نبدا فيه بكره ان شاء الله. تمام احنا
اسف على المقاطعه
لا
يمكن اخذت من وقت المحاضره كمان.
لا اتس اوكي. فالفكره الفكره هون انه احنا كل اسبوع بنتكلم عن نوع من انواع الاسئله وبنحكي كيف بينحل. تمام this is the idea. اوكي thank you. تمام. فعندي هون زي ما حكينا احد المشاكل انه الاوبشن بي مثلا حكى قبل الاوبشن اي هيشم، وطبعا هو الجواب الصح. طيب حينحكى بعدين شيء على ليفربول ولوتن؟ يس راح ينحكى. So then you will travel by ferry to the Isle of Man. Some people prefer to fly from Luton instead. Okay. And okay, so what about option C? Is option C correct? There is something mentioned about Luton, but is it correct or not?
It is not.
It's not. Why? Because
Because it's talk about Luton, not Ireland. Iceland.
because they will not meet the ما راح يقابلوا مين؟
The tour manager.
Tour manager, yeah. Okay. So the question is about the place where they will meet the tour manager. They're not going to meet him in Luton. Okay. There's nothing about meeting the tour manager in Luton and in Liverpool as well. And another popular option is to go by train to Liverpool and take a ferry from there. And Liverpool, which is option A, is not a correct option as well, because, okay, people will not meet the tour manager there either. Okay, tamam? So the trick here is that we are options are not mentioned at the same order. Okay, the final point or the final trick is that be careful, guys, with the tiny details. انتبهوا على tiny details in the questions and in the options. So what does Ruth think is surprising about the differences in oldest children's academic performance? So I'm gonna need to hear what Ruth said and what is surprising for her. We have option A is talking about it's mainly thanks to their roles as teachers for their younger siblings. So being teachers for their brothers and sisters. The advantages they have only lead to a slightly higher level of achievement. So slightly higher level of achievement. Okay. Option C, the extra parental attention they receive at a young age makes little difference. So the parental attention. Okay. Option C بيتكلم على parental attention. So Ruth. Okay. But the main reason for the marginally high academic performance of oldest children is quite surprising. I think, okay, it's not only that. It's not only that. They benefit intellectually from extra attention at a young age. Which option is talking about the extra attention? Option?
C.
C, thank you. Option C, extra attention, okay? It's not, okay? Which is what I would have expected. So option C is not the correct answer. Why?
Because it's not the only.
Yeah, it's not that one, and it's also
من
what
المتوقع expected.
expected. And the question is asking about
Surprisingly.
surprising. Yeah, this one is not surprising. It's expected. So I'm gonna exclude it. مش C. Type. It's that. So this is the answer. They benefit from being teachers for their younger siblings. Which option is this?
A.
A. Yeah, thank you. So option A is the correct answer. Then the other speaker, Ed. Okay, right. And this gives them status and confidence, which again contributes in a small way to better performance. So this is the option B. Okay, contribute in a small way means lead to slightly higher, to better performance, to higher achievement. So option B is mentioned, okay, maybe correctly. There is nothing wrong about option B. So why option B is not the correct answer?
Because he did not bring anything surprising.
This is the first point. Thank you. And the second point? Because this option is not surprising. And the other point is that ليش النقطة الثانية؟ شو السبب الثاني إنه B الجواب مش صحيح أو مش هو الجواب الصح؟ Because, yes, Salma?
Because it is opinion of AD.
Thank you, yes. Because I am asked about the, okay.
About the Ruth.
Yeah, about truth, yeah, about truth. not about Ed. And this option is said by Ed, not by Ruth. Okay, it's not surprising. It's not said by Ruth, so I'm gonna exclude it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So let's try now to solve questions with each other. And before that, inshallah, tomorrow we are starting a new course. Okay, we're gonna start with the listening skill, then the reading skill, writing skill, and finally we're gonna end with the speaking skill. If you need more details about the course, you can guys contact me on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on the email. Okay, WhatsApp, Facebook, and email. Okay. Okay, so let's move and try to answer an actual test from the Cambridge book. Continue. Okay. هلا عندي سؤال multiple choice. سؤال ببلش من 11، يعني هذا part 2. بيكون part 1 خلص زي ما اتفقنا. part 1 بعد ما احل سؤال 10 راح اخذ ال 30 ثانية اللي بعطيني اياها في part 1 واروح ابلش اقرا الاسئله. لاحظوا اني عندي هون 6 اسئله في البارت 2، 6 اسئله multiple choice، فكتير نقاط كتير بدي اقرا وبدي انتبه عليها. فانا راح اكون قرات مثلا 11 12 13 مع الاوبشنز تبعونهم. لما يجي يحكي لي now turn to part 2. In part 2 you now have some time to look at questions from 11 to 16. انا اوريدي بكون خلصت 13، بقرا 14 15 16، هيك بكون كفى مع الوقت عشان اطلع على اسئله المالتيبل choice. Okay, so this is a very important strategy. خلينا نشوف هون ال questions ونشوف ال keywords وبعدين نشغل الريكورد ونحاول نجاوبهم one by one. So when did street play scheme first take place? شو يعني take place؟ happened, yes, started. يعني متى بلش؟ actual start, the physical start. Okay, يعني متى بلش فعليا؟ 2 years, 3 years, 6 years. طيب هلا انا راح اتوقع اسمع بس الجواب الصح ولا راح اسمع الثلاث ارقام هدول؟
اسمع كل الخيارات.
راح اسمع كل الخيارات. راح اسمع
كل الخيارات.
يس ثانك يو. هل راح اسمعهم بالترتيب؟ يعني اول شيء تحكي لي 2 years بعدين 3 years بعدين 6 years؟
مش ضروري يعني.
مش شرط.
يس مش شرط. ثانك يو. How often كم مرة is Beechwood Road closed to traffic؟ متى؟ في أي وقت؟ Now, at present now. فعندي once a week, Saturdays and Sundays. هدول شو بسميهم؟ once a month. شو Saturdays و Sundays اسمهم؟
weekends.
weekend. thank you. تمام. فأنا بتوقع لما يحكي لي على something عن التايم now، لاحظوا كيف بدي انتبه كثير كويس على الديتيلز اللي في الكويستشن. لما يحكي لي ناو بتوقع مثلا انه يحكي لي عن شيء في الماضي، شيء في الوقت الحالي، وشيء بده يصير في المستقبل. فبدي انتبه، انا بدي الناو. اوكي. Who is responsible for closing the road? Closing the road. A council official, the police, local wardens. Residents who want to use their cars have to. شو يعني have to؟ Must, yes. Must park in another street. Must drive very slowly. Need permission from the warden or a warden. Alice says that street schemes are most needed in wealthy areas, quiet suburban areas, areas with heavy traffic. Finally, what has been the reaction of residents who are not parents? بدي reaction تبعهم. Many of them, okay, were unhappy at first. They like seeing children play in the street. They are surprised by the lack of noise. Okay, are you ready guys? جاهزين؟ نبلش؟ رح نبلش بسؤال 11 وبنوقف بعد ما ينحكى الجواب. اسمع اجاباتكم ونشوف شو التريك وليش الجواب الصح. Okay, so let's begin.
2. You will hear a woman called Alice Riches talking on the radio about a scheme which involves closing streets to traffic to allow children to play. First, you have some time to look at questions 11 to 16.
Okay, هذا التايم انا اوريدي بكون وصلت 13 14 او على الاقل شغال في 13. هلا معطينا وقت على اساس انه نقرا الاسئله.
Now listen carefully
يلا
and answer questions 11 to 16.
يلا راح ناخذهم واحد واحد. يلا نبلش بسؤال 11. When did the street...
My guest on the show
Oh.
today is Alice Riches, who started the Street Play scheme where she lives in Beechwood Road.
Okay.
For those of you that don't already know, Street Play involves local residents closing off their street for a few hours so that children have a chance to play in the streets safely. She started it in her own street, Beechwood Road, and the idea caught on. And there are now street play schemes all over the city. So when did you actually start the scheme, Alice?
Well, I first had the idea when my oldest child was still a toddler. So that's about 6 years ago now. But it took at least 2 years of campaigning before we were actually able to make it happen. So the scheme's been up and running for 3 years now. We'd love to be able to close.
Okay. So what's the answer and what's the correct answer and why?
3 years.
Okay, Khawla, 3 years. Thank you.
3 years.
3 years. Rahma, thank you. الصوت مش واضح اطلاقا. مين بيتكلم؟ أميمة
2 years.
مش واضح. عمار حكى 2 years. Okay. Islam 3 years. Okay. So again. الآن السؤال شو بده؟ Take place. متى بلش؟ Okay. أميمة I think 6 years. Thank you أميمة. Okay. السؤال بيحكي متى بلش السكيم. هذا السكيم هذا البرنامج. Okay. حكت كالتالي. Okay. She had the idea 6 years ago. هل بلش السكيم 6 years ago؟
No.
No. She had the idea. يعني الفكرة اجت على بالها قبل 6 سنين. So it took 2 years of campaigning. سنتين من ايش؟ campaigning حملات دعائية. هل بلش؟ لسه.
No.
Okay. And then before it started, and it is okay, stand and running or something like this for 3 years now. يعني الآن صار له شغال له 3 سنين. So it started when 3 years ago. هلا النقطة كاميرا شو التريكس اللي استخدموها؟ الاوبشنز ما انحكوا بالترتيب، انحكى شيء عن كل اوبشن. بدي انتبه على الديتيلز المطلوبة بده ايش؟ take place when this took place. تمام؟ فالجواب راح يكون B 3 years.
3.
Yes. سؤال 12. How often is Beach Road closed to traffic now? Now. اوكي نرجع شوي صغيرة. يلا. أو نرجع أكثر عشان نمكنكم.
Make it happen.
يلا.
So the scheme's been up and running for 3 years now. We'd love to be able to close our road for longer, for the whole weekend, from Saturday morning until Sunday evening, for example.
Okay.
At the moment, it's just once a week. But when we started, it was only once a month. But we're working on it.
Okay. So the 3 options are mentioned. Which one is the correct answer?
A.
A, once a week. Yeah. What about on Saturdays and Sundays, on the weekends? She said something about that. شو حكت طيب عن option B?
At evening, just at evening.
لا هي حكت كالتالي. We hope to close it for the whole weekend. نحن نأمل إن نقدر نسكره from Saturday morning to Sunday evening. تمام؟ هلا she hopes to do that. So this is now or in the future? Yeah, it's a plan for the future. It's not what is actually happening right now. So then we شو الكلمة اللي حكتها بدل كلمة now؟ مين لقطها؟
At the moment. At the moment.
Yes, yeah, thank you. At the moment, yes. مظبوط. At the moment, it's closed once a week. Okay, in the past, كم مرة؟
once month.
Once a month. Thank you. فبدي لاحظوا كلمة now هاي فرقت معي. هي اللي فرقت معي في الإجابة. فالجواب yes, once a week. Thank you. Who's responsible for closing the road؟ إذا سمعت كلمة بمعنى closing بدي أنتبه، أوكي؟ إذا سمعت الكونسل official بدي أعرف شو نحكي عنه، البوليس شو نحكي عنه، اللوكال wardens، إذا سمعت كلمة wardens بدي أنتبه شو نحكي عنها. Okay, let's continue.
What actually happens when Beechwood Road is closed?
Yeah.
We have volunteer wardens, mostly parents, but some elderly residents too, who block off our road at either end. The council have provided special signs, but there's always a volunteer there to explain what's happening to any motorists. Generally, they're fine about it. We've only had to get the police involved once or twice.
Okay, انحكى الكونسل official وانحكى البوليس وانحكى اللوكال wardens. السؤال شو بده؟ Who closed the road؟ مين اللي closed the road؟ مين هم؟
See.
Thank you. Local wardens. شو الكلمة اللي حكاها بمعنى close؟ مين انتبه للكلمة اللي كان معناها close؟ Block off. Thank you, Marwa. Yes, thank you. Block off the streets. Okay, at the both ends. Thank you. The council official شو عمل؟
Signs.
Yeah, they provide the signs. And the police, when there is a problem with some motorist or something. Okay, ولا مش علاقة بالclosing the road. لما يكون في problem, okay, بيستدعوا البوليس. Thank you. So local wardens. Question number 14. Residents who want to use their cars, okay, must park in other streets. They should or must drive slowly, or need permission from a warden. Okay, let's hear it.
Now, I should explain that the road isn't completely closed to cars, but only residents' cars are allowed.
So,
if people really need to get in or out of Beechwood Road, it's not a problem as long as they drive at under 20 kilometres per hour. But most people just decide not to use their cars during this time, or they park in another street. The wardens are only there to stop through traffic.
Okay, so what's the correct answer?
B.
A or B or C?
B.
Okay, yeah, thank you. It's B. Yeah. هو انحكت الاوبشنز الثلاثه بس الاوبشن بي شو انحكى بدل كلمه very slowly؟
Under 20 kilometers per hour.
Under 20 kilometers per hour. Yes, thank you. ممتاز اللي هي very slowly. طب ليش مش الاوبشن A صح؟ شو مشكلة الاوبشن A؟ هو انحكى انه some people park in other streets. مزبوط انحكى يعني اوكي. طب ليش ما اخترت الاي؟
مش الزامي اللي بده.
Yeah, thank you خوله. Yes. هي شو الكلمة اللي هم حكتها؟ Some people choose to park in other streets. يعني بعض الناس اختاروا هم يصفوا في شوارع ثانية. So it's not a must. It's not a must. What about permission from a warden? Does the warden give permissions or just organizing the coming through or the through traffic? So there's nothing about giving permission. The warden just organizing the traffic. That's all. Okay. Question number 15. Alice says that the street scheme are most needed. Wealthy areas, quiet معناها هادئ. Suburban or maybe areas with heavy traffic. Let's try to answer question 15.
So, can anyone apply to get involved in street play?
Absolutely. We want to include all kids in the city, especially those who live on busy roads. It's here that demand is greatest. Obviously, there isn't such demand in wealthier areas where the children have access to parks or large gardens, Or in the suburbs where there are usually more places for children to play outside.
Okay, so I think this one is quite clear. The answer is
Yeah, A.
A.
C.
C.
Busy
B.
roads.
Yeah, busy roads, heavy traffic. It's most needed. Okay. واضحة ليش C مش A أو B؟
ممكن شرح؟
طيب نرجع نسمعها.
Such demand in wealthier areas. Those who live on busy roads include all, or they park in another street.
Yeah.
The wardens are only there to stop through traffic.
So, can anyone apply to get involved in street play?
Absolutely. We want to include all kids in the city, especially those who live on busy roads.
وين البيزي roads اللي هو الأوبشن C heavy traffic. شو السؤال بده؟ It says that street schemes are most needed. Are most needed. حكت على heavy traffic. شو حكت بعديها؟
It's here that demand is greatest.
It's here where the demand is greatest. اللي هي نفس معنى كلمة most needed. Okay. The demand is the greatest which means most needed. مطلوب أكثر شيء في البيزي roads اللي هم الهيفي traffic. طيب شو نحكي على wealthy area والquiet suburban?
Obviously, there isn't such demand in
There isn't such demand. There isn't such demand in
wealthier areas.
In wealthier areas. So it's not needed in wealthier areas because children has access to parks.
Where the children have access to parks or large gardens.
Okay, and the quiet suburbans as well.
Or in the suburbs where there are usually more places for children to play outside.
So there is more places for children to play outside. So this scheme is not needed actually. It's only needed in the heavy, where there is heavy traffic on streets. Okay, تمام وضحت? Okay. Okay, the last one, question number 16. It's not easy. What has been the reaction of residents who are not parents? The option A بيحكي many of them unhappy at first. Okay, many of them. They like seeing children play in the street. They are surprised by lack of noise. في عندي lack of noise ولا they like seeing children playing, or many of them were unhappy. نسمع?
I'd recommend that anyone listening who likes the idea should just give it a go. We've been surprised by the positive reaction of residents all over the city. And that's not just parents. There are always a few who complain, but they're a tiny minority. On the whole, everyone is very supportive and say they're very happy to see children out on the street, even if it does get quite noisy.
Okay, so what's the correct option?
B.
B.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, B. What about option A? شو مشكلة الأوبشن A؟ وين الغلط؟
It mentioned that in overall they are happy.
Okay, بس نحكي إيش عن some people حكت إنه there are people. Yeah, thank you, Reem. Yes. Okay, a few of people complain. Okay, but they are tiny minority. Okay, يعني عدد صغير كثير منهم. tiny minority. Okay, it's the opposite to many. Okay, not many. What about option C? They are surprised by the lack of noise. شو المشكلة في الأوبشن سي؟
ما حكى لهم سبرايز.
ما حكاش انه سبرايز وحكى شيء ثاني. شو بالنسبة لللاك اوف نويز؟ آخر شيء حكته. Yeah, it gets noisy. Yes, thank you, Reem. Yeah, it gets noisy actually. يعني عكس الأوبشن. مش lack of noise، لا بالعكس الطريق أو المكان بيكون noisy. يعني لو سمعناها كم مرة.
Very supportive and say they're very happy to see children out on the street, even if it does get quite noisy.
It does get quite noisy. يعني okay الشارع بصير في ضجة. So it's not lack of noise. No, it's actually noisy. So the correct answer is option B. Okay, guys. So this actually concludes our session today. and this session, inshallah, I'm gonna upload it to my channel in YouTube. You can watch it there. And as I said, guys, okay, before we actually conclude, is there any question about today's session? في حد عنده أي سؤال عن محاضرة اليوم multiple choice questions? Anything not clear? كل شيء واضح؟ Any comment, any question, any recommendation? Okay, Razan. Yeah, you can okay. هلا الكورس طيب خليني أعطيكم تفاصيل الكورس. Okay, this one. هلا الكورس راح يبلش بكره. اوكي بكره راح نبلش بمهاره الليسننج اللي اعطينا عنها محاضره. يوم السبت والاحد ان شاء الله راح ناخذ الست اسئله وكيف بنحل الست اسئله الاستراتيجيز تبعتهم. من الاثنين للخميس راح يكون كله تطبيق عملي من كتب الكامبريدج زي اللي سويناه هلا. تمام. طبعا امتحانات كامله، يعني نحاول نعمل على الاقل 3 امتحانات كامله. اوكي هذا بالنسبه للليسننج. طبعا مع ماتيريال كامل، المحاضرات على الزوم تتسجل وبتنبعت مع واجبات يوميه. الاسبوع اللي بعده راح يكون عندنا الريدنج من 26/2 ل 3/3. اوكي اول يومين برضه راح نتكلم فيهم عن الاستراتيجيز. عندنا 8 انواع من الاسئله في الريدنج، راح نحكي كل سؤال كيف بينحل والاستراتيجيز تبعتهم. واهم استراتيجي هون في الريدنج راح نركز عليها اللي هي التايم مانجمنت، لانه معظم الطلاب بيشكوا انه الوقت ما بكفي اني اخلص ال 40 سؤال في 60 دقيقه. راح نعالجها ان شاء الله. ومن الاثنين للخميس راح نحل قطع من كتب الكامبريدج. راح نحل تقريبا 8 قطع، يعني تقريبا 3 امتحانات الا. اوكي بعديها الاسبوع اللي بعده راح نبلش ب 5/3 ل 10/3 راح يكون عندنا الرايتنج، مهاره الرايتنج. السبت والاحد راح نتكلم عن الايفالويتنج كرايتيريا، الاربع نقاط اللي بحاسبونا عليها، اللي هم التاسك ريسبونس والكوهيرنس اند كوهيجن واللكسيكال ريسورس والجراماتيكال رينج اند اكيورسي. يوم الاثنين راح نتكلم هاو تو رايت ان انتروداكشن، كيف تكتب الانتروداكشن في التاسك 2. والثلاثه هاو تو رايت ا باراجراف، والاربعه هاو تو رايت ا كونكلوجن. والخميس ان شاء الله راح نتكلم عن التاسك 1. اوكي راح يكون عندنا تقريبا في حوالي 20 مقاله نشتغل عليهم من الواجبات ويتصححوا لكل الطلاب. واخر اسبوع راح يكون عندنا سبيكينج من 12/3 ل 17/3. اول 3 ايام راح نتكلم عن الاربع ايفالويتنج كرايتيريا اللي راح نتحاسب عليهم، اللي هم الفلوينسي اند كوهيرنس، اللكسيكال ريسورس، الجراماتيكال رينج اند اكيورسي والبرونسيشن. يوم الثلاثاء راح يكون عن بارت 1، يوم الاربعاء على البارت 2، ويوم الثلاثاء يوم الخميس اللي هو اخر يوم راح يكون على البارت 3. مده الكورس كاملا 48 ساعه مقسمه على 4 اسابيع. تكلفه الكورس كاملا 100 دينار، 100 دينار اردني، 145 143 دولار امريكي، something like that. Okay, if you are interested you can, okay, for maybe any kind of other details you can actually contact me on this, okay, on yeah, okay, on WhatsApp or maybe on Facebook. You are okay, so welcome. You are so welcome, Ammar. Okay, do you have any questions, guys? Anyone? Okay, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. See you, inshallah, next week. We have another free session for the reading scale. Until that time, take care and enjoy your week. Okay, see you. Bye bye. مع السلامة. يعطيكم العافية.